All right. What's up, dudes? Let me get on here so I can see your comments. Good deal. So, Jerry and Patrick and Rev are in the gym finishing up some lifting, getting Rev and Jerry tuned into the Patriot Readiness Challenge. So, they will be along shortly. I got 3 of the 4 lifts done. They're working on the bench. So, what's up? What's up? I got Max's path in the house. Max, I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for Jerry and Patrick and Rev finish up a couple of lifts over in the gym. Trying to get Rev and Jerry squared away for the 90-day challenge, at least get their baseline numbers, so they will be along shortly. So, how's the audio doing out there, man? I see you sharing the link. Appreciate it, brother. Audio is good. It looks like the television's still a little fuzzy. It's clear on the screen up there, but it's a little fuzzy on mine, so not quite sure what's up with that. Maybe just sucking too much bandwidth on all these machines here. Sure, Sam's upstairs streaming Netflix or TV or something, and Jenny's on her phone. So just have to bear with us, dudes. So just me and Max. Man, everybody must be having a busy week. So, welcome to the live stream. Max, in case you didn't know, we're a Prepared Patriot is a firearms and medical and preparedness training company based out of Western North Carolina. If you guys are watching this back in the future, just joining us. So, it consists of 3 different instructors, myself, Patrick, and Jerry, who will be in a few minutes. So we're just kind of getting things rolling here. So, Max says, really, tell me more. So, yeah, man, we teach anything from our version of concealed carry classes to advanced pistol classes. Got a 2-day rifle class that we teach, rolling out a shotgun class. It's coming up January 29th. If anybody's in the area, want to kind of work on running your shotgun in a home defense manner, that would be awesome. And and now also have a slate of medical classes as well. So looking like a 2-part series coming up. That'll be in June of this year. So if you're new to us, check us out across the socials, other socials. Prepared Patriot NC at the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and the TikToks. So, anyway, that's us. Like I said, we do have some classes going on. Sorry, I keep checking. My phone isn't accurate, I don't think, on the amount of folks in there, but it may just be us, Max. So, he said, dude, did you see what I said Pete did for my order? Yeah, I think something about you forgot to put a promo code in, and we're talking about Pete Pete Jr. actually from Defiant Munitions. Max, I think he recently had an order. He was looking for their 177 grain 223 rounds, and he's got an 18-inch rifle he wants to run them out of. So he did an order, and I think he botched it up not once but maybe twice. Forgot to put in a promo code, and Pete did him a solid and hooked him up. So cool. If you guys are in the chat, make sure you say hey to us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for us. That's how we get known in the YouTube lands. Um, I just sound like a broken record for a few minutes until Patrick, Jerry, and maybe Rev's in the house. He's finishing up some lifting for our 90-day preparedness, physical preparedness challenge or readiness challenge, whatever you want to call it. And so hopefully Rev will stay. If not, he's a busy dude. So welcome to our new studio. This is kind of the studio panned out. You don't kind of get to see it this wide usually. That's a cool piece of art my son drew. It's pretty badass. It's only got 48 stars there, so I told him it was okay to leave New York and California off. So, or California, Hawaii, whatever. So, Max said Pete Jr. totally hooked him up, and Max is wanting to collaborate on a ammo testing video running at 77 grain. The problem with rifle ammo, Max, is that it's got the penetration that you have to have 2 blocks. You have to put them one behind the other because those blocks, if I remember correctly, they're only 18 inches long, maybe, and then so a lot of times they penetrate beyond 18 and they go into that second loop. So they are about $60. I've actually got two clean blocks up in the garage, and I've got 2 dirty blocks that need to be chopped up and melted down and repurposed. So the gel shouldn't be a problem. Just bring your rifle, and I just hung some steel down on the home range today. You might see a quick video pop up of the 2 silhouette targets I pinged. So almost shot my phone. That was bad. I'm glad I saw it at the last moment before I pressed the trigger. So could have been bad. No, you should be good on the hanging system, man. Did you shoot it the last time? I think you did. If not, that's why we buy. So our classic kind of steel hanging system, just kind of for the home ranges and things, is we like to pick up, those yard swings that everybody has. It's like a green metal frame, and then they got the rocking swing that sits in it or whatever. A lot of folks have those, and the swings have gone to the wayside. They have dry rotted out and stuff, but they still got these swings hanging out in their yard. And so that's what we like to grab. And then because we've got a couple silhouette targets just kind of hanging steel. And then we just like to use that green coated clothesline wire, and we run it down to the targets. And that way they can swing and they can absorb the impact. And the stuff's like $8 or $9 a roll. So for 50 feet or so. So if you shoot through it, it's cheap to replace, and it's sturdy. It's better than chains and all that stuff. So that's kind of what we use. So, all right, who else is out there besides Max? Come on, you creepers in the background. You need to state your name and purpose. So, once again, don't forget to hit that like button if you can. Share out the live stream for us, guys. Feel free to post any questions. A lot of times it's our family, dude. Our families, or folks that don't have an account, but their wife does, things like that. So a lot of times, my wife's probably watching this, trying to figure out what bad words I say and stuff like that, and she'll scold me when I go upstairs. So there's Scott Wexler in the house. What's up, brother, man? You got like 4 feet of snow up in Michigan? We're fixing to get a doozy there. I think this might be snowpocalypse pretty soon. And yeah, I got to work this weekend at the hospital, so I got to do all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know, man. So it just depends on when all the snow starts, and I may end up spending the night Saturday into Sunday, and even Sunday into Monday. So if the social medias or something slow down a little bit, that's probably why. I'll probably have to hang over Monday and work for folks that can't get in on Monday. So, but don't tell them that. So hopefully the hospital puts us up, and there's a hotel about 3/4 of a mile or a mile away. They usually rent out that whole thing, and we hang out there. So, all right, cool. Max, sweet. Max's wife is on. That's awesome. Appreciate it. So, gotcha. Oh, so back to the standing, to the target stand. It looks like Max shot it with my ODS, shot one of the strings. So that's not a big deal. It's stuff's cheap. So, yeah, they're calling for, I don't know, it's like 1 to 3 inches Saturday, and then another 8 to 12 inches Sunday. So we'll see. This could paralyze old North Carolina for a little while, man. I'm sure everybody's already rushing out to get their milk and bread, make their milk sandwiches. It's making French toast for days, I guess. I don't know. So I did go to the grocery store the other day. I got off of work a little bit early yesterday, hit up the grocery store, but we were running low anyway. So neither one of myself or my wife really like to grocery shop. So Max says, you Southern fuckers just need to learn how to drive. That's true, man. That's true. I'll get out in it if I have to, but I don't like to account for other people, man. Like, people don't give you enough following distance and all kinds of stuff, so. That's right. So, what you guys been into? We last Saturday we started our Patriot Readiness Challenge. Like I said, Rev and Jerry Gage are still kind of checking in, doing their initial lifts and everything. And so, but we kicked it off Saturday with a 1 mile run. It was in all of our gear, including rifles and ear pro and all that stuff. We did a 1 mile run. And then we defected to Patrick's place, to his house of pain, his weight room. And everybody kind of checked in and did some initial lifts, spread between deadlift, squat, overhead press, deadlift, and bench press. So, and then everybody weighed in. So the theory is we've come up with an equation where, the weight you lifted is over, your body weight, or vice versa. I can't remember exactly. I have to go back and look at it, but comes out with a little quotient, so to speak, or number. And then we're going to look at growth over that time. So you can essentially increase your numbers by, losing weight, because that'll help you gain in strength, and then increase in your pace of your run. So I hear some chatter coming through the downstairs living room, so maybe we got some heads rolling in here in a second. You guys can. Max says, Matt, you're already looking like you lost a bunch of weight, tightening up and all. Good for you, man. And dude, that's all the camera angle. You gotta figure that out, man. You hold it up here, and you angle it down, and it makes you look skinny. So, how'd you guys do? You want to come hang in for just a second until? I'm sure everybody wants to see you, man. We've got Max in the house. Come on over here, man. Sit over here. Get technology to go here real quick. So, we got Rev in the house. Jerry Gage. You might not want to sit down. You might not get back up, dude.
I'll get up.
Yeah. And then Patrick can take the middle seat.
What up?
Get hooked up. You want to flip that on, or just gonna hang out?
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
So Max says, "Hey Rev."
Hey, what's up? What's up? If you got the comments, that's the only reason I ever pulled up anyway.
Gotcha. I got the comments. So, how'd you guys do?
Very good.
Jerry is strong as fuck.
Not bad for old.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Not bad for an old guy, huh?
Jerry's
a baller.
Former football player. Did you play at Western Carolina for a little bit? That's what I
To
thought.
have knee replacements and shit, Jerry just showed off a little bit.
Yeah. How'd you do on the deadlift, man?
185.
That's good. It's a good start. Awesome.
And then I think it was 185.
This dude's
I think so.
strong as an ox too, man.
Yeah, he went 225 and you say 185. And
If Rev ever figures out how to move all his joints and in harmony and synchrony,
What did you say? What did you call that in there?
a motor moron.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
use
a
the
little
R
bit of a
word,
motor moron.
Yeah.
We're not gonna lie.
yeah.
So
I'm very. So and let's give a shout out to Rev's wife, cause I know she's out working.
Oh,
Rev's here with us.
He
Dude,
got-
I've been working every night late. She's just pulling her weight right now.
That's right. Pull that way.
She's a good partner. She's glad to do it.
She is,
Nice.
she's super.
So
So Rev's in the middle of a move, in case you guys don't know. He's doing some moving and grooving and lots of housework, and
Remodeling and stuff.
Get
We're
ready for
happy.
the family.
happy to hear he's gonna be closer, which is cool.
Yeah,
yeah, he's real close.
so close.
So close to the famous Buffalo Shoals IGA.
I love that place, man.
Yeah.
It's
So I was there today getting hydration for folks. Finally getting one. Hey man, we left 2 of those in the freezer. One of them,
Had your name on it?
That's not good.
yeah. What's that?
One of them had your name on it?
No. Yeah, I pulled them out today of the freezer. So
I was about to say this one's cold.
yeah, but it's
That's
loaded.
good.
Just note to self: we're not gonna put anything in the freezer. I think we did it to chill it down, and we forgot it. But
Yikes.
So-
This is a nice place, bro. You did good.
appreciate it. Thank you. Now I gotta pay for it.
That's the way it works, right?
Yeah. So we got Max, we got Scott Wexler in the house. Nobody else is chiming in, so I imagine that they.
Brandon Davis.
Brandon Davis in
Hey,
the house.
Brandon.
There he is. So he was just. I think it was him. He's got some pictures on the Instagram. He's gonna be messing with some of those CMMG conversion 22 max here in a little bit. So I told him we haven't had too many problems with him.
No, I mean with the 3 that we got. Now I will say Kevin had one in class that didn't do well. It was one that had the green follower instead of the orange. You know, all of ours have the orange follower. They seem to do fine. The green follower one was giving him some trouble in
Oh,
class.
really?
He's the only one I've seen that's had any kind of issue out of it.
Max wants to know if I got a bigger mattress in his room. No.
You
You
sleeping
have
in
not.
the floor, Sasquatch.
Worst comes to worst, we'll take all the my fancy acoustical
Stop.
pads off the wall, throw them on the floor, and you'll have something to soft to lay on, man.
So, did you tell them what the exciting events that happened in this last week?
We started a Patriot challenge. I don't know
That's
that
right.
I got through it all, but I told them that we did the check-ins. You guys have been over in the gym doing your check-ins, and we started with the 1 mile run and full kit and rifle and ears and all that shit. We did that Saturday, and then we defected to your house of pain and got some initial lifts and some coaching in and stuff. So we got some good numbers on 6 to 8 different Patriots, and they're all vying to steal a free class from me. So I won a class for tactical. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I'm sorry. Everybody's looking at me like, okay.
Well, you're talking.
So I'm sorry. I bid on a class in an auction for Defiant Munitions. I paid it was for fighting pistol, I think. I paid $500 for it at Defiant Munitions because I didn't want anybody to get it too cheap. So I didn't really read the rules. I didn't know it was only a 3-hour auction. I probably could have gone a little less on it. But anyway, I paid $500. And now a fighting pistol is $600, so technically it's a $600 value.
Yeah.
So I put that on the table because I have quite the amount of improvements to make myself. So I figured,
I didn't know there was a prize.
Yeah.
hey, it's free class of tactical response.
It's awesome.
You've been there before, right?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
He has many. He's probably been there more
See,
than I have.
No, I haven't.
Your dream evolved. Because
Yeah.
you was kind of the one that came up with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not what I came up with.
You
but
you
yeah,
made
I'm
you mentioned it on our alumni feed, and we just kind of
Ran with it.
yeah we
So we've been talking about doing it for a minute, but Rev inspired it to kind of take off.
I'm a catalyst.
Yeah, you were a catalyst.
You were a
That's
catalyst.
right. To make it really hit the ground running, because we've been meaning to do something of the nature. Matt was very generous to throw the class in as a real. I mean, that's a real incentive to put the work in.
combat art training in the house. What's
So-
up, Andrew?
The truth is, we throw out an idea, and Patrick takes it over and says, "All right, guys, here's how we're gonna do it. Everybody, come do it my way right now."
Well,
So Brian was
I'm
the
just messing
idea.
with
Yeah, Rev was the
why's it gotta
idea
be like
fairy.
that? Why's it gotta be like that?
So let's see what Brandon said. He
Yes,
said,
why's it gotta be like that?
Brandon said that's correct. We're talking about those CMMG 22 conversion kits earlier. He said that is correct. It may be the I think it's drove the pin out of the 10th round match. I don't know. That's too much for me to read.
Is that a Star Wars thing, like the dark side versus the Force kind of thing? The green doesn't work, but the dark side prevails, kind
I don't know.
of thing.
Don't get all philosophical on us.
No, it's
yet.
not philosophical.
Brandon says, hey, you didn't recognize you without the beard.
Yeah, I've got to earn the beard back. That's part of the Readiness Challenge thing. Like,
Okay.
I haven't earned the beard yet.
Gotcha. And Rev was, or not Rev, Max has been commenting on our plate carriers that he's seen on our alumni page. He said we got it in the correct color, the multi-cam Tropic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not the hugest fan of that color, but it was
Is
the
it
best
really
one.
tropic?
It's like it's a little too green for my taste, but the other one I had was too light for our area, really.
If
We
you're gonna-
are more green in this kind of region, so the green was a little better.
If you had to pick a solid color, would it be coyote or green?
I don't think you can go wrong with coyote because you can always darken it up.
Yeah.
So see, I'm like ghetto and red. Like, I'll just straight up paint whatever I got. I don't care.
Yeah.
Me
So like
too.
I don't like mine being as green as it is.
Yeah.
I got some tan paint. It's gonna happen. I don't
For
care
sure.
to paint it to make it match what I want it to be.
Hey guys, if you're out there and listening, can you hit that like button? Thanks.
Like it.
Hit that like button.
Share it.
Finally moving up in the world.
Subscribe.
We might not be able to undo the private thing. Do you do something fancy when it clicks into private at 45 minutes?
Up there.
Oh, you do it up there?
Mhm.
Okay.
You know
so-
you have the camera backwards, right?
I knew you were gonna bitch at me with that, but like I was already like trying to take the thumbnail. I gotta hit it
He
myself.
was handling it on his own.
I was all by my
Yeah.
lonesome. Kevin Caldwell in the house. Coyote Mon said, "What's
looks
up,
good.
man?"
Coyote's involved. He's out
Yeah.
there doing the Patriot Challenge.
That's
Yep,
right.
Kevin. We got. Yeah, this is the old one. It's been. Yeah, it's. Just, I gotta replace it.
It's a nice rug.
Well, it's a nice one,
Why
but
do you
it's,
gotta replace it?
because it really smells.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. You can't smell it because of the incense burning out in the other room.
I thought we were getting a toke up here in a minute.
So, no, this one's been to the last two houses, and no telling how much dog hair is still left in it.
Listen,
So, but you
Smells good.
gotta have as much stuff in here to soak up the sound because of all the concrete and the echoing. So,
Scott says his gear is multicam and Coyote. I like multicam the best. That's probably my favorite. However, I don't think they had multicam as an option at Premier. They might have, but it's out of stock or something.
well, Jerry's was what
Mine's
color?
all, it's green.
is
It,
that
was, it was like an
our
olive. Was it
Yeah,
a
it's
deep
like an
green?
olive.
Oh yeah,
Scott?
yours.
Is that our Scott?
No, that's Wexler.
Oh, okay.
No, no.
Cool.
No, the other Scott would show up as Jane.
Oh, really?
Kevin says
Kevin's
his,
going with the farmer's workout.
Yep, his workout has involved chainsaws and logs most of this week.
That's work, man.
So what's the overall goal with that, man? You clearing out a spot to build something else, or you've been working on some big trees lately? Or is it just dead trees that are gonna fall on the house, or fill us in on the story?
He's just trying to become a true hipster.
Well, if Jason
He's trying to
Rapport,
give credence to the beard, right? To make
Yeah.
sure he's not bearded for no
if
reason.
Jason Rapport was on here, it'd be like telling him not to kill himself trying to be a country boy or something, or a lumberjack.
Now, see, to be a true farmer, Kevin, what you gotta do is you gotta buy you a calf.
Mm,
And you go out and you lift that calf every morning.
yeah.
Hey, I
You
have
do
a
that
friend.
from now till spring and you'll be strong.
Hey, I have a friend, no shit, that about died picking up a cow. And I'm not even joking when I say picking up
Of
a
a cow.
cow. Like he picked the cow up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this until you said picking up a cow, and I was gonna say my squat previously has been getting Laura up on my shoulders, but then you said cow, and so babe, I can't.
Yeah, don't go there.
So,
So what really makes that interesting and special is the dude was 70.
That's awesome.
And he
That's-
about spilled his guts out. No,
Yeah,
no
man.
joke.
that's
His name was Bear.
that's
One of
redneck
the-
strong.
One of the strongest, like,
That's
craziest
no joke.
dudes I ever met. Good dude, though.
Andrew said, "What's up with the Camden Plumbing shirt?"
What do you mean what's up with it?
I don't know.
He's
I think
not
he's messing with you. We all know what's up with it. Brandon Davis said, my plate carriers, they're talking about all the fancy colors, but he says his plate carrier is still in black. I haven't bought anything new since leaving the PD.
Yeah.
So you could, like Patrick said, you could ghetto it up, cause you could spray it, cause black isn't the most sneaky at nighttime
No.
when the flashlight hits it and stuff like that, so.
Everybody thinks black is good for night training, but it's really not. It's actually, it stands out very well. More earth tone colors are better.
Yeah.
That's true.
But it is, I will say that, like, you're going back to the colors, it's better to get tan and then paint it, because it takes color well, versus starting black and trying to paint it is much more difficult, because it has that dark already there, and it's really hard to get away from that. So, any color really, green, tan, something you can paint up.
Coyote Mindset said he's been clearing the back half of his property so he can have chickens and a go-kart track.
Nice.
Yeah, you gotta need a go-kart to catch them sons of bitches.
Priorities, man.
Go-kart track, and I've taken down a few good-sized trees, but I've also been working on a friend's farm some this week. That's awesome, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, some of those trees you've shown are
No joke.
no joke.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't we have a moratorium. If I can't wrap my hands around it, I don't get to cut it down. I almost dropped a tree on the house. The one you're in one time.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
Is it that big one out there?
No, I never messed with that one. Not that big pine tree.
Okay.
No, there was a dead pine tree like right outside the bedroom, your bedroom.
Mm.
So, and it was dead, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I cut it and it leaned up against another tree, and I was like, well, I don't know what the hell to do. So luckily, Jenny's uncle down the street, he just came with his tractor and a chain, and he just drug it straight out, and it just slid down the tree, cut it off.
Not an arbor.
Yeah, I don't get to mess with. So I call in Kishimoto for stuff like that.
Andrew says,
So you go to that?
you look less friendly without a beard.
He says.
I'm less friendly.
Right
Right
now.
now, in general.
Scott says, well, we can't have nice things, Matt. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Kevin,
that's no kidding, Kevin. Like, eggs are getting quite a bit more pricey than they used to be. But it's still, like, chicken feed ain't cheap either. Like, finding it and buying it right now is not cheap. So, just be aware, chicken feed's expensive. Everything's expensive. Like, everything's out of control.
I don't got too much man sprawl going on.
I'm sorry.
dude. No, I'm good.
It's mostly him. He always, now listen, he always cusses at me. Now, who's sprawling now? That's what I'm saying.
All of us, man. We've just been.
He's the worst, though.
Got the man sprawl. Well, I won't even tell you about this invention I had at one point in time.
I don't like where this is going. I'll be back.
Anyway, it was called the fan belt.
Oh,
And it was for man sprawl. It was like a belt, like a padded belt. You put it underneath your legs, you clip it, right? And then it had like a cup holder and shit that you could put on it. It could have been embroidered with your team's name on it. But it basically clipped around your legs. It was padded and you could pull your legs in. And, you go to Bank of America Stadium, like you got to tuck your legs in like this, You
So
could use it. It would be
So
great for airplanes.
It didn't functionalize and celebrate the sprawl. It forced corrective
Conformity, I guess.
Yeah. See, I'm against that, man.
Well, anyway,
Um,
Cujo's upstairs somewhere. There he is. I hear him.
Alright. That's cool.
So,
It's a nice fan too, man. I'm noticing these things right now. We've been like having to pick out stuff. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not like it's-
yeah. Most of the fans in the house match. The upstairs, the two living rooms match and stuff like that. Andrew says he's been making beans and rice and ham every week because food got so expensive. Yeah, you got more mouths to feed these days, man.
it sure does make keto hard, no joke.
Yeah, no.
The
no.
price of food and
No
everything,
joke.
yeah.
What's how many kids does he have? What's his family size?
We were just on his live stream. He's got, I think he said one was 12-ish.
Yeah. And then the baby. So
And then there's,
I think.
4 months old.
And he's in Florida, right?
He's in Florida.
Are there people around them there? Like this, he's got a group of people.
I think he's building, like he's
Good.
got a company down there, he's training folks, and he's got
Right
friends and stuff around,
That's
but I don't
He seems
know
like a
that-
really good guy. How well
he's
he
a
does.
great dude. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but Andrew helped us out a lot with anything nylon that we need.
Yep.
Nowadays, like, we're reaching out to Andrew to do it. Like, he's building very good quality stuff
Yeah.
for a very reasonable price and
That's awesome.
super fast. Custom work, like if you want something custom done, like, hey, I need like we sent him a litter. We want a litter pouch to go on the back of our gear. Like, he's making it. Like,
Does he do
put it
like a
together.
shotgun rig?
Um,
Like a buckle in?
he's getting into that.
Ariel's in the house. Yeah, they were just talking about a chest rig he's been working
He's
on.
working on chest rigs. He's doing some mag pouches. He's also the one who made the EDC fanny pack and the
Yeah,
backpack
I
that we
remember
did
that.
that we
That's cool.
reviewed.
Ariel, don't
he
forget
made
to
all
hit
that
that
good.
like button. Smash that mofo.
Ariel, another Patriot in the
Um,
challenge. Hope you're getting your
Andrew
lifts
said
in.
I'd love to have you on his live stream at some point. It's Monday night.
Oh yeah, man. Anytime.
Monday night,
Yeah.
8:30.
Oh, and,
I'd hang out with you
and
anytime.
in honor of Andrew's live stream, because he has like this brass monkey thing and then the baby that flies around,
Yeah.
I brought our mascot in.
Oh yeah, this is good.
What you got? Oh, the tactical armadillo.
the
Tactical
Possum.
possum.
Oh, tactical possum. Armadillo is a tactical possum.
So the inside joke on that is the first time we ever went to tactical
Camden,
response
Yeah,
was up at Camden.
it was May, and
There were
and
possum. There were
it must have been
armadillos everywhere.
whatever.
Tactical possums.
Armadillo mating seasons. What the hell it was?
Yeah,
Alright.
and they were
They
everywhere,
were
dude.
everywhere.
Oh,
Like
we
you
dubbed
couldn't
it
go a mile down the road.
We dubbed it
without
the
seeing
tactical possum because of the armor, and I know that's not original to us, but
Yeah.
the tactical possum is our mascot, officially.
Are you guys trying to go over there again this year?
Camden?
Yeah. Are you?
Yes, you missed the meeting. We'll talk after.
Okay. All right.
Oh shit!
I have a
I'm in
dream.
trouble.
I have a dream.
I have another dream besides the Readiness Challenge, and that would be like, have you guys ever camped out at the national park near there?
No.
I stayed in a cabin not too far from that national
super
park.
close. I know the team room is great, but like if we all rolled over there together and like camped and like it would be
Yeah.
it would
We'll
be
talk
a real,
after,
it'd be
Brad.
a really easy spot to.
I'm gonna
You
stay in
missed a
Sheila.
big-
I'm gonna stay in Sheila's cabin.
You
It's
missed
like
that.
a mile away from the range.
So y'all don't know this, but Matt is the most yuppie fucker. You'd think he'd be like mountain man, go out there. Nah, this motherfucker don't even want to he don't even want to hear nothing about no air mattress or a hammock.
No, I can do an air mattress. I can do an air.
He
that's
says
way better.
that at the bug out camp out. I had my literal camper there for my son.
He went home,
He went home.
but he just opened this.
I had.
place
Well, I
Easy.
guess you had to get up and help move your ass the next day, dude.
I got up and
That's
dragged
true.
the trailer home to
up. That's
move.
true.
Yeah, but it would have been that much more rougher, dude. I live 3
Is
miles
that
away
what
from
killed
the
the
kid.
flex?
Moving.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That my wife's driving.
Oh.
She put that sucker in reverse.
And there was Jenny's comment. You're divorced now. Take that.
Oh. Nah, we invested some money into the tactical flex, and it's alive again.
Hey, listen.
Brought back from the dead.
Yeah.
I've seen many marriages come back to life, man. Don't give up.
Well, I think hopefully between you and Evan, well, you can get me straight on that side there.
Yeah, Evan's probably awesome at that. He's like so chill, man.
He is. Good dude.
Max says the tactical possum needs to be a T-shirt, and that we know a guy that could make that happen. We could do some tactical possum T-shirts.
Laura could draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do some kind of combination of a possum.
So
And
our family game is when things are kind of, we say, hey mom, make a animal combine with animal kind of thing, like whatever it is, like make up a pterodactyl pigeon, you know,
Nice.
or whatever, and she like draws on the mat, you know, like, and we just like, oh that's hilarious, you know, like that's our family game when we're waiting for food.
That's awesome.
So our family game tonight was kind of our motto in be prepared. You know, we got the weather coming,
Yeah.
and the people in my neighborhood just are not good about being prepared.
Yeah. Hey,
You know,
okay.
last year I had to go start out, I think 5 or 6 fireplaces. Cause you know, they're gas, all they have to do is put batteries in.
What they,
If we lose electricity, you know, so it's like a backup heat source. But so Kipton and I were.
starting people's pilot lights and stuff.
Yeah, we were gathering stuff to, you know, make sure we had the batteries
Yeah.
for them and everything.
I gotta work at the hospital this weekend. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up spending a couple of nights.
I'm ready to go to the new house, but we're not moved in there. So a pastor guy just messaged me asking about what are you going to do with church? What would your answer to that be? So like my old school answer is, people can get there.
Yeah.
You know, like
If you
just
can't,
like,
can't. That was
like,
immediately
like,
what I
like that's
thought.
just how.
You're not that
So
close.
like I haven't really thought about it. But I've had a few messages today. What's y'all's plan? You know, and so what would your answer be to that? 'Cause y'all-
Exactly like what you said come in my head.
Mhm.
It's just like any other thing. If you can get there, get there. If you can't, can't.
You
If
can't,
you don't
like,
feel
I'm
like
not
it's
asking anybody to be
reasonable,
Are you gonna get there? Well, I forget you got your Tacoma. You can probably get. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like, I mean, if I can't get there, I can't get there. But I haven't seen weather around here that I couldn't get there for a long, long time. Like,
usually the problem is not so much the weather, it's the people.
sure, yeah. Well,
Right.
I'd leave like a couple hours, but I'm always there like 3 hours early. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Max says I've seen your basement. You have your wife is a keeper, man. for allowing all that to happen. That's right. So this room was actually supposed to be my son's music room. I hijacked it.
Could be both.
So
It's still both.
Yeah,
I see guitars.
yeah, there's guitars over there.
It's still a music room. We're sound dead.
Anyway,
It
so
won't be
I
long
just
before he's in here.
he's just so
True that.
what's that?
Won't be long before he's on here being like, okay,
Yeah.
Patriots, listen.
Well, I mean, he's so hot and cold with stuff. You know what I mean? Like he'll decide one week that he's gonna play every instrument in the house, like just beating and banging on it and trying to figure stuff out, and then he won't mess with it for 3 months. So
He'll find
to
it.
dedicate a whole entire room to that, you know, so.
Do y'all struggle with that as a dad?
With
Like when your kid expresses some interest, do you have that that impulse to be like, okay, let's set you up? Like you seem like you're doing something positive. Like I'll give an example. My daughter expressed interest in playing the cello. I mean, I bought her like an electric, it's stupid, like a $1,500, instrument. And I think she probably will play it, but it probably wasn't the way to actually start
Well,
something.
I think
out.
I did
But
that.
I had that buy once, cry once kind of thing where it's
Yeah.
like, if I'm gonna do this, and she's already big enough to play this, why buy the one that's like a starter thing? But that's this is a few years ago. I wouldn't do it the same way right now.
So I did that but in a much heavier, older way.
Yeah.
So Patrick used to have this piano that was in his basement.
And I was dying to get rid of a piano.
Yeah.
And Sam was expressing interest, and Jenny and I talked and said, "Yeah, we'll move it down." He brought it down. Patrick brought it down. Him and his dad brought it on a trailer with a tractor, and they literally picked it up. That's it was like 400 or 500 pounds, I'm sure. Put it on the front porch with the front end loader, and then we muscled it in. I didn't know if the floors were going to hold that thing.
Yeah.
Long story short, when we selling that house and move, it's one of the only times I met some of the neighbors in that neighborhood. I think Scott Edwards might have helped me cut it up, but we went and put it out on a burn pile, and one night I lit that son of a gun up, dude, and it had flames 15 feet tall, and some lady comes out and says, "Everything okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just burning an old piano." She was like, "Okay, just
That wood was old and dry.
making sure your house wasn't on fire." So
a
I'm
finish
pretty
on
good.
it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Sorry.
I don't know. When we came to this house, see, there's another piano in the family, but we're trying desperately not to let it here.
Man, when it comes to piano.
But we just got him a keyboard. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what we should have done in the first place, and I should have just helped you cut that one up and get it to the dump.
I was
first time.
perfectly happy to bring it to your house.
Weighted keys, keyboard, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can get, and if you really want a piano, I don't know how people make money selling new pianos, because, all you gotta do is go to church X, Y, or Z. There's 3 of them they're trying to get rid of all the time.
All right, we got some preparedness conversation going on here. Andrew says, "How good are solar power homes if you lose electricity? Do your refrigerators and ACs still run?"
With solar power, it's completely independent, and it actually would do better in snow because the snow would reflect the light, which would give it more power.
I wish Evan was on here. He's done a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff on solar.
Solar is completely you'd actually be in worse shape if you had a fire or something blocking out the sun, like if you had the
Yeah.
ash and fire
Well,
and stuff like that.
I wonder
that
if
would
he's
be worse.
asking if the snow's literally on the solar panels.
Yeah,
If it's on the solar
Yeah, you
panel,
just clean it
then
off.
you have to clean it off or it
Okay,
won't
get out there.
work.
Okay.
But also, those run with a battery
Yeah.
backup,
Yeah.
typically for 48 hours at a minimum, so you don't have to worry about it. If you got a solar powered house.
And that's what Max said. He said, "I think the main issue is with solar are the batteries."
Yeah.
So if you got a non-shady kind of non-tree covered area, which is what you want with solar, then, what snow have we had that the roof isn't going to be melting, and then
Well, I think it depends on, you have to remember Wex and them are in Michigan.
Okay.
And Max is Pennsylvania, I think, or somewhere they get they get real snow. But the difference is that, you're gonna be out there, you can either clear them off, but also you got a 48-hour window of that melting off and your battery bank still being typically charged. If you have a good enough battery bank, it's typically not an issue. Like I said, you'd be more affected by something blocking out the sun, like a fire burning in like a national park close by or something and kind of shading out the sun for a long period of time, that will be more of your problem. But even then, most people who are on solar
Where you could
still
just,
have a generator backup where they can charge their batteries.
where you could just move below the Mason-Dixon line.
It doesn't, yeah. But down here, we still have fires and stuff. I mean, that happens.
Absolutely,
We've had
absolutely.
that quite a bit down here.
I know, we're getting ready to have snow apocalypse. They're calling for 1 to 3 inches on Saturday and 8 to 12 inches on Sunday. We could get a total of 2 feet. I'm telling you.
Everybody that you talk to is talking
I
about it.
see. I don't buy it until it's here. I don't believe it.
It's coming from
So
the south.
here's how you actually judge it. You know, people run out and they get their bread and milk. If you want to know how deep the snow is, go down to alcohol aisle.
Yeah.
Because when the alcohol
Or-
aisle is bad,
Or the liver mush. If
Yes.
the liver mush is
Yes.
gone, it's damn.
That's
we
it's
went
funny.
shit
It's funny
at
you
this
say
point.
something about the alcohol. I mentioned snow to Scott Edwards the other day, and he's like, "So you're saying I gotta go to the ABC store?" I was like, "You better get there, man."
That's funny.
That's how I always check. I make a trip down that aisle. To
Gary
see.
Johnson in the house. What's up, brother? Thanks for stopping in, man. We got the ribs in the house for a couple more minutes. Guys, everybody make sure you hit that thumbs up button.
Also, check out Rev's channel. Rev,
Yeah. Are you an ammo
Ammo
mountain
Mountain
now?
now?
Yeah, I switched it over and then haven't posted anything. I've got a bucket full of content that I really need to post, so that's part of the plan.
You've
Well, you
been,
get there
you've been busy though. You got
Yeah,
a lot
These
going on.
guys completely understand that.
For
No,
sure.
I mean, but there's a bunch of good stuff. I mean, I've got a bunch of y'all stuff that I'm looking forward to putting out there. Like so.
if
Sweet.
it wasn't for Matt holding down the fort a little bit and y'all posting
Okay.
some new videos and shit,
I
we'll
got
get
one
in
more
trouble.
video.
We'll get
So
in trouble.
YouTube,
And we're out.
YouTube literally like motivated me last week. They sent me a message that said, "Hey, you're gonna lose your like
Monetization.
your monetization if you don't post as frequently as we want you to," which is like crazy. Because
Wow.
they didn't just say if you don't start posting again.
Hey, do
But-
shorts count?
What's that? Yeah, probably. I just
Yeah.
need to post more frequently.
I would just do
so-
some shorts, dude. See if you
But
can.
I've got a bunch of stuff that anyway, I probably will also take some of the old stuff and cut it better and repost it, you know?
Word.
They count that.
Yeah.
As long as they count it.
Gary says, "Are we talking about solar power?" Yeah. Somebody asked a question about how does solar powered houses. Sorry.
You got some of that.
The original question was, how good are solar power homes if you lose electricity? Do
I think
your
it's-
refrigerators and ACs still run? And so we're talking about all the snow that might be coming to our area, and I assume we were kind of talking about the AC or the panels getting covered up with snow, and
So
but most of them have battery banks now, right? Like
at
that.
a very rudimentary level, I haven't done it at the like full house level, but like at I had a storage building that was solar, and it was all about how many batteries. So like
Yep.
you could charge those batteries and charge those the same thing that you're saying. So I think with your house, if you
So-
got a bank of
Yeah.
batteries,
So Andrew just said, "Yeah, I was asking about if it's worth it. I want electricity after the world goes to shit." So I've actually talked to Evan quite a bit about this, about doing my bug out trailer in it, and you're basically going to pay about $1,000 per 1,000 kilowatts that you put out. So like if you want a 10,000 watt, which is not unrealistic for a full blown house, it's actually probably underestimating for a full house. You're looking at $10,000 just to kind of get rolling and set up. That's not even a full blown like hardcore system. That's just a basic system.
Yeah.
So it really kind of comes down to, is it worth it? I would say for most people, it's going to be a really big upfront expense that you're going to have a hard time justifying right off the bat. But I would be more interested if I was looking at what I was going to do for my personal home. I would look at what exactly do I really want to run. Like,
Yeah.
do I want my refrigerator? Do I want my freezer? You know, things that are really, really important.
Yeah.
Don't start talking about your heat and your AC
Yeah.
or any of that shit. Just like what's really important to you. Maybe a light or two. And you get about 2,000-3,000 watts into those, and now you can do a pretty reasonable system that can sustain those small things, and you'd be okay. The problem is the bigger it gets, the way more expensive it gets fast. Like it doesn't take
Yeah.
much to
And
really
that's-
jack that up.
That's where, you know, Evan is probably the better
Yeah.
person to
Yeah.
ask about.
He
But
is. He knows this
what
stuff.
I've gotten from people I've talked to that have solar is they're having to run solar and electric. They're not just running their whole house.
Well, it's
on
because the
solar.
demands that we put on it
Mhm.
right now. I mean, think about all the electronics you use, and then think about, you have a giant AC unit. You have that also works to heat the, in the
Mhm.
winter as well. It's too much power.
Yeah,
consumption.
so Andrew's got a little bit of, to me, a little bit of a predicament. He's a little bit more apt to have some, like, windy, like hurricanes and stuff, being in Florida. So I don't know about, what I mean, like,
Blow
you
the
better
panels away.
you better fix it down pretty
Yeah.
good.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? If it's gonna be like a year-round sort of thing. If you're looking for a mobile system that you could, hide, when the storm came or something like that, but I don't know, for backup energy, like a good generator setup might just be a better, if it's really gonna be $1,000 per kilowatt, you might just do some kind of backup, like whole house generator or something.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you really want, like, do you wanna be able to put it in your bug out trailer and roll out with it? It's whatever your
Solar is
plan is.
very not, like, the reason I like solar is that it can be very incognito, right? The problem with a backup generator is they're very loud, and you're gonna know when someone's running it, right? Like, if everybody else is without power and that's running, you're gonna hear it, it's no doubt.
But to your earlier point, a bunch of your big draw items can be done the old way if you had to, like
Yep.
wood stoves for
Yep.
heat, and like if you kind of think about what could you really do if you had to for
Now,
everything
I
other
will
than-
say something that people don't think about, and this is like everybody considers AC as a luxury, but in the South, it's kind of not. And here's what I mean by
It's a
that.
big deal.
I know some people that have lived off grid. I follow some YouTubers and some other folks that have done the deed and like have really went full blown like off grid, like, and they tried to go without AC for a while, and the problem becomes all the mold. So
Yeah.
we're so damp, and if you don't have something drawing that humidity out,
Mhm.
you'll ruin a house.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have mold growing in places and stuff that'll just absolutely ruin all your preps and ruin like bedding, and like, you'll be buying a new mattress and you don't even realize it because it's just growing mold.
Yeah.
If you can't suck that humidity out of the house in the South, it can be a problem.
Yeah, but you think about some of the old ways that people did that before,
Yeah.
because a bunch of these houses, you can still go buy a house in this area if you're talking an old house that doesn't have central heat. Like
Yeah.
they're all over the internet still. Think about like the attic fans that they used
And that's a huge one. That was something at my old house that I love very much. An attic fan is priceless. People don't realize how important the attic fan is, but man, just pulling that air, that humid air out, and just being able to get some airflow through, and it doesn't cost a lot electricity wise.
Yeah. And the ventilation that they were built for too.
Yep.
And you can add dehumidifiers and stuff, but then you're
Yep.
gonna need electric for that, right?
But again, way cheaper to run something like that than it is
Sure.
to run a full
Easier to run
blown
on solar.
2-3 ton unit outside.
Yeah, Gary Johnson says, I've been wanting to get a whole house solar system, but don't know where to start. Every time he looks it up, he gets nothing but advertisements.
Yeah, that is. one of
So
those things
I
that
would
you
reach
do
out.
when you're
There's a
really-
guy, engineer. What is it? There's a guy that's really, really good at it. Evan would know who I'm talking about. It's like Engineer 7 something something. He's on YouTube, and he's one of the most legit dudes I've seen in that. And he can show you how to do it without costing too much. And he actually, that's his job. Like, he goes around, sets his stuff up for people off grid. If I was looking at it, I would be looking at him to do it, because he is very smart and can do it.
Brandon says, I've put in backup generator panels in houses. Unless you put in a massive generator, all you can run is some general lighting, fridge, and a few outlets.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we see too. You have to, but a lot of times the big issue that I see with people is they go really, really big with a generator, not realizing that even if you have the power, if it's dirty power, you have a really high chance of frying the computers and stuff in your delicate AC system. Like, a lot of times that, yes, it might run, but it also might cost you $1,000 to replace that computer when it dies, because it will die sooner if you got dirty. It's called dirty power, right?
Yeah.
So it's generating power, but it's not the same current. It's not the
More
same.
surge or what?
Well, it's not even surge. It's just called dirty power. So it's like it's coming in a different wavelength, and some problems can occur with those sensitive computer chips and stuff inside all this delicate.
It's like the power
Now,
upgrades.
listen, I'm not an HVAC guy. I've talked to people who know their things, not me. This is coming from information sources that I've gathered over the years. But that's typically the problem, is even if you have a big generator, like when we were at our house, I might have a 10,000 watt generator, but it's not clean. So you still risk damaging some of your systems if you're in a power outage and you're trying to run it.
I think you also have to consider too, you're gonna use it there at your existing house, if the need arises, but do you also want that extra power source to be mobile?
I would love for it to be mobile. I
No,
think
that's-
I think you have more benefit of that
Yeah.
and also more practical use. And here's what I mean by that. I would like to build my bug out trailer out to where I have a solar traveling system that could be plugged into my house,
Yeah.
but also could be used while I'm camping, could be used while I'm on the
Exactly.
move. Like, it has multiple
That's exactly
uses.
what I was talking
That's the
about.
issue I have with most systems is that a lot of times they don't get used a lot unless you're a full blown converted over. They seem to. It's a lot of money invested with a little bit of use, really.
Right.
And I just think it'd be way more practical to have units mobile. And Evan did a fantastic job. I don't know if y'all seen his unit, but he has a unit, a full blown setup that's on like a hand truck that can run a lot of stuff, like 2,000-3,000 watts on a hand truck,
Nice.
all solar. That's dope. I mean, to be able to to be mobile with it and be able to push it up into the trailer and like take it wherever you want to. That's pretty cool, man. There's something. He's got
So
something going
that
on.
runs his trailer, or that
Well,
runs.
it wouldn't run everything, but like again, you could run your refrigerator, you could run your freezer, you could run the big things that you don't want to lose power to ever. And he could do. He did that relatively inexpensively and pretty compact for what it is. I mean, you have to remember it's a lot of batteries and a lot of bank systems and what do they call those control centers? I can't remember. But there's like the whole control center and stuff. All that's mounted where it can be mobile. And it'd be fantastic like for a mobile comms unit or
So
something like
is
that.
he like our Q, basically?
Evan is a jack of all trades, man. When it comes to anything electrical, engineering,
Oh, I forgot there's the other
computers,
thing. I meant.
What's he
Like,
call
he's
himself?
awesome.
The redneck Renaissance
he
man?
calls himself the redneck Renaissance man. That's right. Evan is a fantastic asset to our group, man. The dude does so much.
And he was hitting it hard Saturday
He
too,
was
buddy.
like Evan was
Proud of him.
impressive. Yeah, he did good.
Andrew wants to know what's the best water filter relative to what, man? A home, or are you on the move and need something in a pack? Patrick's likely going to say the best water filter to have is the biggest Berkey filter you can have and afford in your house.
With the most of the actual filters you
filters.
can get, that makes them last
That's
a
what we
lot
just
longer.
bought.
Yeah.
Because we switched to a well, and I tested it and stuff, and the water's okay, but you just wanted to have something else.
So it's so funny you say that. I trust the well water more than I do the city water.
No, I mean, I'm just saying there were some
Yeah.
concerns that came up on it's an old well. so
I
that-
filter all
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Anything I'm drinking or cooking with is filtered through a Berkey.
Yeah. I mean,
But that being said, like the big Berkey, the biggest one you can get is super efficient and
I think we got the one for like 6 to 8 people, whatever
Yeah.
it is. It's not the biggest, I don't think, but it was pretty. I don't know what they're called, Imperial or something like
yeah,
that.
that's about the biggest one. If it holds about 6 gallons, that's the biggest one they make, as far as I know. If they
It's
make
shiny,
a bigger one, yeah, it's
But it
pretty
doesn't fit on the counter very well, so
Nope.
Laura's got to find some little like pedestal thing.
They
Max
make
says
way too
Royal
many.
Berkey, I guess, is the official
So
name.
so mine is the biggest one they make, and it's like 6 gallon, I think.
Royal, maybe that's it.
Max, drop Andrew a link and drop everybody a link in
It
the
wasn't
chat.
crazy expensive, but we only got like, 2 or 3 like
Of the filters?
Of the filters, so I saw there's more holes in it, so I'm gonna put
Sure,
more
yeah, at least
holes.
4.
Yeah, so what you can do
Wanna
is
fill
put
all the
more. I think mine holds like I don't know 9 or something.
9 filters?
Yeah, it's huge.
Dang, dude.
So it holds a lot of filters. But here's what you have to remember: the more filters you have,
Slower.
Faster.
the faster it filters, and also the longer they last duration wise, right? So you're taking the load and dispersing it between all of them. I want to say that with just 4 filters, mine was like 2.5 years. You got to
It's
change
like
them.
buying
Yeah.
10 pairs of shoes and just switching every day.
Right, you make them last for 10 years that way. Even though
But
you're not
with that
stop.
said, that would be a big preparedness tip would be to buy backup filters.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. Having backup filters, especially when they go on sale, that's the best time to pick up a bunch of them.
Is that like
Um,
seasonal?
You can't, yeah, usually around Christmas they go on sale.
Okay.
There's also a preparedness month that they go on sale. I can't remember what month it is, but they
Do you
do go on
celebrate
sale.
that?
If I'm not mistaken, it's March.
I can't remember.
So Max,
It coincides with all the storms.
he said something about that KSG video a little while back.
Oh,
So
yes.
Patrick, I love that solution you had on the one-handed manipulation for KSG.
So, dude, I had a lot of fun playing with that thing. I'll be honest. Like, I was not a fan of the KSG when it first came out. I thought it
not
was
a fan.
shit.
You're gonna have to prove it to me, man. I just don't want this to be like behind your back. But I hate bullpups, especially.
Well, you had the
Celtic
whole
bullpups.
don't let friends
But
don't
then
let
I didn't
friends
know.
sell
I didn't know
bullpups.
you had one.
Listen, I'm
It's
one.
his
I was,
dad's.
Yeah,
I
it's his
was
dad's.
100% the same way. I
It
was
might be the first one
anti-bullpup.
ever that doesn't break.
I was anti-bullpup. I'm anti-Keltec.
Yeah.
I really don't like when my dad bought it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know.
The Tavor is like okay.
Well, I told my dad, listen, when he brought it to shotgun, and I said, okay, I'm going to use it in shotgun class because like I feel like it is the wave. I feel like it's coming,
Sure.
especially now that Smith and Wesson come out with that new
Once they
MP12.
get their kinks
Yeah.
moved.
Once they get that sorted out, I think we're going to start seeing it in classes
I
more
hate
often.
that thing too. I love Smith and Wesson, but that
I think it's coming though. I
I-
think we're going to see it. I mean, especially when you're
if they'll
talking.
start making it out of metal, maybe.
Hey, this could be its own entire YouTube video.
It could.
You could be arguing.
I'm not-
It's kind of
I'm-
like
this is-
James and War Poet arguing.
Yeah.
We need to save the video.
No. we
So-
shouldn't be in that.
But
cover.
see, here's the thing. All of the arguments that you're making, I'm 100% with you on. So I'm not arguing with you with it because I agree with you. I've yet to see one that's been successful. I've yet to see one that I like. I've yet to see one that I would actually say, okay, this one's good enough. I told my dad when he handed it to me, I said, I'm going to try to break this.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know that I trust it well enough for you to carry it and that, because it's his baby. Like, he
How
loves
far
this
have you
thing.
gotten into that?
I've been beating it pretty hard.
Really?
I-
Because if you look at the components
He
of
ran it in the
those
gravel,
things,
man.
that they're it's gonna fail. But if you're not like awesome, I'm not trying.
I'm beating it as hard as I can.
I want to like
prove
every
it
gun I
without
see.
like intentionally like beating it against a tree. Like,
Brandon says the IWI bullpup shotgun is pretty cool. It seems to work, and I asked him if it was mag fed.
so
Is it
I have
like
a
that?
friend. Hey, Brandon, get back to me because I have a friend coming through our shotgun class with that gun. I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll see. So here's the thing. I especially think that an automatic bullpup is gonna be a fucking
Is
nightmare.
that the one that the other
Yes,
Scott bought?
yes. Scott's bringing it to class.
Almost nothing.
There is nothing
It's
about that
cool.
gun that's gonna work. But we'll see, man.
I
Listen,
love you, man. I hope it's great. I hope it's great.
well, listen. That's the beauty of this is I get to see if it works. I get to see them come to class and run it for real. Because most people, to be honest, never shoot 150 rounds through their shotgun ever.
Honestly, even if your Keltec runs great, I need to see like 3 more run great before.
Yeah.
Like it's just like because
Yeah.
I had a sub 2000 back in the day
Again.
that ran
Sure.
great. It did, and so I thought, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And I thought, well, yeah, this is everybody just running there, but there are a bunch of other peoples that didn't,
Yeah.
and I saw them not.
I've
It's
seen
like,
it too.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's just
That's why I said I'm anti-Keltec.
yeah.
I don't really like them. I don't really like bullpups, shotguns either. This one's working.
Yeah,
And
it's
doing
made
it.
out of a bunch
Yep.
of plastic
It
components.
is. It is.
Max says he'll try and break it when he comes down.
Yeah,
Dude,
if you want.
like I told my dad that I'm
Max's
taking it
list
to
is
class.
getting too long for coming down.
I told him, I
It's too many
said,
things on
I'm
the
going
list.
to take it to class, and I'm going to hand it to people that don't know what they're doing, and they're going to
That's
probably
exact-
break it.
In the mud when it's raining,
Yep.
just like
That's-
it'll choke.
That's exactly what I want to happen, so I can at least say, don't buy this. But I'll be honest, man, I beat
I mean,
on
I
it.
hope I'm on the
It
other
was-
side of it. I hope that it works.
Brandon,
It's got
what
credence.
pistol are you talking about?
I really hope that it does, because I think it's a cool design.
It's cool.
I mean, 14 rounds,
Caltech does not have a design problem. They have great ideas.
they have a quality
They
control.
have a quality control
Yeah.
problem and a components problem. But you know, Ruger's made a business out of copying Caltech.
Well, that's what Smith & Wesson did.
Yeah.
Smith & Wesson improved and copied the Keltec.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's all they did.
and the thing
The
now, we've not,
PF9 and all these things. Caltech is the source. I mean, they're the source of a bunch
innovation.
of useful designs. I'm not
Yeah.
hating on Caltech. It's just
I don't like
they
them.
just
I think they're
make
shit.
crap.
I think they're shit too. I think they fall apart. But like I said, this is the one that has surprised me. It's the one gun they make that I'm like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm still not putting my stamp of approval on it yet. It's got to make it. It's got to do some
and
work
the
first,
other
but-
reason we've been messing with them is we assumed that more and more are going to be coming through classes,
Yeah.
and we need to know how to.
I'm still like,
Manipulate.
listen, I'm still not selling my Mossberg.
But
You know what I mean? I'm still
why?
not
I mean,
selling.
Like, what does it do better than
I'll tell
a
you.
590?
I'll
or-
tell you what I think it does well.
Okay.
It is really, really nice with barrier work
Yeah.
coming around stuff. It's
Okay.
small and short. It fits more people because it's shorter and smaller.
Okay.
Just like
Especially
it would
small-
be,
just
it
like-
would be the same arguments I'd be making for the Tavor,
Okay. Yeah.
right? It's the same arguments, and we're getting in a lighter package
Yeah.
with more ammo.
Yeah.
And in a shotgun, ammo is the problem. I think the dual tube solves that problem. However, I still don't trust it yet. Like, hear me out, internet world. I still don't trust it yet. I still
Leave
think
us
it
as
needs
much
more
hate
time.
as you can in
Uh,
the comments. Hate in the
I
comments.
hope it works. But here's the
He's trying
thing.
to
We
play
need
that
hate.
that algorithm. He wants
We need hate.
blood, chum in the water. Bring the
Here's,
sharks.
here's the thing. I think Smith and Wesson is going to do it better.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
think they're going to get it right. And when it's right, I think it's going to take off.
if
Yeah.
anybody's gonna do it right,
They will.
they'll do it
They'll
right.
fix it. Well, they've already recalled them. That's the only issue I have is because they were having barrel
Barrel
issues,
issues.
which I never expected. Like you'd never expect the barrel to be the problem, but they're having some kind of barrel issues, so they recalled them all, and now they're fixing them, and you can't get them. Now, I will tell you what Smith and Wesson did that I like. They fixed the issue with the KSG. I don't like KSG's tube transfer switch. I hate it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I think that the Smith and Wesson fixes that by putting it up on the foregrip, and it's a big, very easy to get to button that you can kind of push, and I think it solves some issues. I think it makes it a better design if they get it to run right. Now I'll be honest, the IWI automatic bullpup, I don't trust that thing for shit, and I probably would never endorse it, but it may work. It may. I don't see it, but it may.
With that said, guys, it's been an hour on your end. These guys slackers, what'd you come in about 15 minutes late?
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for having me.
but we appreciate everybody out there. We've been at it about an hour. So Max, Brandon, Andrew, Kevin, Wex, all you guys, and tactical bits that stopped in. All you other unidentified creepers, we appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button before you check out. And
Share it out, guys. That's
Yeah.
how we get our name out, and that's how we build the following, and that's how we
share
get
it
people
out.
coming.
And yep, we got classes coming up. Shotgun January 29th, rifle March 12th and 13th. And those are some of the big dates coming up. We got some pistol classes, prepared pistol,
Check out
So
preparepatriotnc.com. You can
Yeah.
look at the schedule
the
and find out.
website. There you go.
everything.
Check it out,
Yeah.
guys. Until next time, don't forget to carry smart, carry safe, be prepared.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching. Tactical Possum, over and out.